Starfield is a commercial success for Xbox. It just is. When it dropped, it had an 89 review the day that it dropped from critics. Since then, the score has consistently gone down. What is happening here? Now, I did a video a few days after the release of Starfield and said that it looks like it's being review bombed. I think the case continues to be made. I think score sites like Metacritic are problematic. They're imperfect. We all know that. We know their imperfections, but I think it helps lend to inaccurate narratives. I can't talk. Narratives. Inaccurate narratives in that, oh, look, the Metascore. In fact, let's take a look at the Metascore here. There it is. So on PC, it's an 86 now, and on Xbox, it's an 83. Remember, you can go back and look. It was an 89 when it dropped and all the initial reviews were coming out from critics. Users have review bombed it for sure. I believe it's a review bomb. I believe it's an effort to review bomb. I think it's something that we've never seen before. This polarizing hate for Starfield exists because of the Xbox acquisition of Bethesda 100%. I think there is a lot of bad faith actors out there that are leaving reviews that are clear they've not yet played the game. They have no desire to play the game. They just hate Xbox because Xbox stole Starfield from them. It's something that we've never seen. You could say like both sides. I'm kind of tired of will both sides do it? Do they though? Do they? Have we seen anything like this before when Call of Duty, for instance, goes exclusive or gets exclusive maps and stuff to PlayStation, when Destiny gets stuff like that? When Final Fantasy VII, has anyone reviewed the remake of Final Fantasy VII, review bombed it rather? Have Xbox fanboys review bombed it? And if they have they done it to the extent that it has happened with Starfield here on Xbox? Now, the other question is, maybe it's not a review bomb. Maybe just as time goes by and people play the game more and more, it's not an 89. Now, an 89, if you look on Xbox right here, you can see currently it is at an 83 over an 89. Now, an 89 and 83, you think, well, that's still a solid game. It's world of difference, though, if you think about it. An 89 is a world-class game. An 83 is not a world-class game. An 83 is a solid game, but it's not top tier. Is Starfield a top-tier game? It's a good question. Now, I've played Starfield. I've beaten it. I've beaten the main campaign. I've not done all the side quests necessarily or anything like that. And I think Starfield does a lot of things right. I think it does. I think it does some things wrong as well. I don't think it's a perfect game, obviously, as very few games are. But I do think it's closer to an 89 than an 83. Now, some of this is going to be subjective, but let's go through and take a look. Let's take a look, especially just here at the reviews. Let's look at where do we go to see the the critic reviews? I don't want to see the critic reviews. This is based on critic reviews. Let's see the user reviews, which is a 6.7. Now, the user review on PC is a 5.6. Whoa. Oh, okay. And we can go recently added. Let's go negative reviews. And let's just see. Let's go through. Based on the reviews that are being left here, you tell me if you've played Starfield, if you think this is someone who's played the game. First of all, I don't know French, so we're not reading French if that's even French. Someone can probably correct me. Here we go. My criticism, this is from S-Signs, gives it a 1. A 1 is a terrible game. Just saying. Like, beyond bad. Like, you can't even load up the game 1. So, first of all, I think Metacritic needs to change its numbering system. I don't think it's accurate in the least. My criticism of Starfield is for a number of issues that affect the player experience. Okay. Textures in the game are notably low quality in many places. Okay. Which can take away from immersion. Okay. Furthermore, the game's optimization is considered unsatisfactory. So just the way that you're writing this, I don't think this person has played this game at all, is considered unsatisfactory, leading to poor performance problems and shitty character faces. Are also a disaster, with design quality being questioned by many players. Okay, S-Signs, what is your experience? Answer, he's not played the game. Like, it's clear. He's reporting on what he's seen, read, and is leaving this a 1 as a result. Let's go to Huggy Sock, who gives it a 3. Okay, 3 is a little bit more reasonable. The storyline is a touch of flashy rock on your first day. I think there may be spoilers. We want to spoilers in that one. Scott or Monkey, number 2. I was really looking forward to playing this game. There don't seem to be enough good sci-fi futuristic RPGs. So far, I think this guy has played the game. After 8 hours of playing, he says he's played, it felt like a buggy, boring, lifeless, lonely, and restrictive treadmill. The AI is weak for movement. I don't know what he means there. For example, why do my companions who have flat, boring, shallow personalities and backstories, do they though? Do they? If you've played 80 hours, you know certain things happen in the main story that have to do with your companions that kind of blow your mind. And is not necessary. Some of them are shallow, sure, but there's a variety of personalities, a personality for everyone's taste, in my opinion. And they run into my line of fires, for example, sad. Oh, and quests, many of which seem unfinished. I don't agree with that either. I've done many quests. And why does this game continually try to hold my hand like I'm a brain-dead toddler? Does it, though? In fact, I don't think this person has played the game for that one statement right there, because Starfield, in my mind, does not hold your hand at all. In fact, I think that's a problem with Starfield. And if I were one of the critics in my mind, is that I listened to the internet, and it kind of... It made me play the game in a way that I would not have played the game had I not listened to the internet, or had Starfield up front explained to me how this was going to work with the main story. I think they needed to hold your hand a little more. So I disagree with this. Doesn't hold your hand at all. Like, you have to, there's so much in that game. Todd Howard has explained how they didn't include lots of stuff because they wanted players to discover it from themselves. Indeed, it's been a criticism of people who have actually played the game to say, hey, why didn't you tell me this was here this whole time? I didn't know I could do this, and this would have been really helpful. One thing, throwing items. That's something I learned later on in the game. Here we go. Here's Geo83. The game is absolutely garbage. 30 FPS for a game that look bad in 2023. Loading simulator, bad gameplay, bad story. Everything is a total disappointment. Don't buy this game. Geo83 has not played this game. Also, a 0 again. A 0 exists for a game that was never made. Think about that. 0 shouldn't exist as a score. Anyways, Metacritic has its problems. It's definitely been review bombed. Unlike anything that we've seen. Now, you may agree that 83 is the correct score. My only point here is that an accurate score overall? Because it's clearly being lowballed. Clearly. I think Steam is much more accurate because Steam... Now, can Steam be broken? Yes. Yes, it can. And Steam reviews, of course. But I think what's accurate here is you can see how long someone who's writing has played the game, how many hours they've logged into the game. And that's helpful, in my opinion. Now, you can see mostly positive here with 66,000. Recent reviews in the last 30 days, 69% are positive. So a majority is positive, but you're getting more mixed in the last 30 days. Now, is there a review bomb happening here on Steam? I don't know. Again, it's mostly positive, which... If a game is mostly positive, I'm buying it on Steam. It's a pretty low bar to hit, in my opinion. But what I do like, if I could just click on them here. Hold on one second. Let's go to the reviews. So you can see the hours played. So recently posted, 6 hours in. Is 6 hours enough to give the review? Maybe he just didn't like the six hours though. Let's go down. So here's someone that not recommended it. This person has 225 hours on record. Now, I think not recommending, much better way to do it. Much better way to do it. Let's see what this says. I rate Starfield 5.5 out of 10. It's an okay, mediocre game that has its moment, but feels like a regression in quality from previous Bethesda titles. Really? It's a mile wide and an inch deep. I've seen other people play that. Story, quests, and lore feel half-hearted, cut short for time and bland. I see, maybe it's subjective because the main story, for me, blew my mind. I was blown away at the main story. The side quests that I did, personally, I thought the side quests were even more interesting, some of them that I did, than the main story. In particular, one of my favorites was the Marshal from the Freestar Collective becoming a Marshal. Loved that. Also loved doing the why can't I think of the name? The Space Pirates. I can't think of the name of the mission, but the Space Pirates also fascinating and interesting. So I don't know that lore felt half-hearted or story quests. The story to me, the main story is the strength of Starfield, actually, in my opinion. That may be subjective, though. Totally willing to know that that's subjective. Bethesda created the lore for this game and chose the most boring time to start your adventure. Colony wars are over. No mechs or armies with weaponized aliens. Okay. Let's see. A developer has responded. What did the developer say? Bethesda, greetings. We're sorry to hear this position. We feel Starfield is an RPG with hundreds of hours of quests to complete. Yeah, dude. This guy... Hold on. I lost my page. This guy put in, supposedly... Oh, this is 42 hours last week. 225.9 hours on record. Wow, he crushed it. That long in a game for a 5.5. I typically don't finish 5.5 games. At 42.8 hours, he definitely finished the main story. So, interesting. It is interesting. Regardless, as you can see, I think, look at this is a well thought out review. I think Steam does a better job of it. I think Metacritic is just not good. I think our entire review system of games is completely inaccurate. It's why, once again, I go to YouTubers that I trust, and they tell me, here's what I liked about the game. Here's what I didn't like about the game. Do I think it's fun? Do I think it's worth checking out? Yes, I do. Check it out. I think scores are just inaccurate. I don't think people have figured out the verification system yet. It's something that we're dealing with on social media and in games overall as a society issue. If you notice, Twitter, for instance, just dropped something where you can see when you put out a tweet, the only people that can see it are verified users, if you want, as an option to show you hey, this is an actual human. It's something that we need to deal with gaming and game reviews. How do we prevent this in the future? Or am I wrong? Maybe it's not been review bombed. Maybe this 83 on the Xbox Series X, you think, or the 6.7 average user, you think is accurate. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. What would you give it? What do you think is a solution for this? How do we prevent this from happening in the future? Again, it's been a commercial success. I think it's going to be a mainstay here on the Xbox. I think it's the selling point for Xbox. I would be curious. I think it has been review bombed, again, just to restate personally, because I think it wasn't on PlayStation. And I think it got acquired in the middle of development, and some PlayStation fanboys came over and hated on it. That's my opinion. Am I wrong, though? Is this score accurate? You may think that it is accurate. Do you think it deserves to be higher? Let me know in the comments below. Regardless, I think that Metacritic needs to do a better job. I think that review sites overall should do a better job. If where you're trying to aggregate reviews, Steam, I think, does it the best. And we took a look over there, and you could see that's a well thought out person. You could see he clearly played the game. How do you ensure that you get those users? Get people who have actually played the game to leave comments. I don't know. It's an interesting question. Anyways, I saw this. I thought we'd talk about it today. That's it. There's a lot of news. There's some updates coming from Starfield. Xbox seems to be on fire and is with Forza recently dropped. I'm all in on Forza right now. Still playing the main campaign there. Where Forza shines is the multiplayer, no doubt. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. I'm X1 the Gamer. We cover Xbox videos all the time right here on this channel. I'll see you guys next time.